Greg Ruff and Austin Selby along with you. Austin is the men's and women's cross-country coach and also the track coach here at Trevecca. And over the next 3 meets, this is what you've been working for all year, really since last spring when track ended, right?
Oh yeah, these are the dates that we focus on. All the training builds to this point. Everything we talk about builds to this point. How we're going to race every other race builds to these races. And so yeah, it's finally go time, and we're ready to get the postseason portion of everything rolling.
One of the things that I would ask you about here, I know the D&E course where you're going to be at Davis and Elkins up in West Virginia is a tough course. Now, how does that relate to the next 2 courses, the region and the nationals?
Well, like apples to oranges isn't the right terminology by any stretch of the imagination. We've raced at Evansville before, flat, wide open, fast course, plenty of room. Davis and Elkins, not so much. A lot of trails, a lot of really narrow spaces, lots of really nasty hills. But, you know, we're pretty confident. Just locally here in Nashville, we have one of the top 10 urban trails in the nation, 4.5-mile loop over at Percy Warner, and our guys love it. They love to run it hard sometimes. So we're not unaccustomed to this kind of running, and I think it actually kind of gives both our men and women some confidence and some familiarity with a course that they've never seen before, being very similar to what we've run on here at practices and stuff.
Now, a lot of people have talked about Cedarville, defending champion. They're the only ones that have won it, but you guys have been right there. Even prior to last year, the teams here at Trevecca have been very close to finishing second in the conference championship. So talk about that and your motivation, especially on the men's side, just being 2 points away last year.
Right. I mean, Cedarville, the drive to be better than them pushes us, and they have a drive to stay ahead of us. So it keeps the competition really healthy, and I think it's the reason why both of us continue. You know, they a little more so than us this year, push into the top 10 in the region. It's because we're just driving to try and get ahead of the other. And yes, it was last year was hard. You put 3 runners in the top 5, you kind of expect to walk away with a win. Just we didn't have it last year. I'll say it every time. They're a well-coached team. They're a very disciplined team, full of very gutsy runners. And you know, when that day comes that we do beat them, it's going to feel good, and I know we will have earned it. And hopefully it's Saturday.
Absolutely. And talk about on the women's side a little bit now. Talk about that, because Caroline came out of nowhere last year. I shouldn't say out of nowhere, but you know what I mean. I mean, on the scene as a freshman to dominate the way she did. But you've got more than her, really, don't you?
Yeah, we do. I mean, we have a very solid women's team that's coming along and peaking very well. Our new assistant, Brad DeCita, has done a fantastic job with them this year, and I think he has them right where they need to be going into the next few meets to do some really good things. And I think, you know, injuries been a little more prevalent this year, and so I think that we're going to be able to fight through that and still put on a good showing. And of course, Caroline pushes really, really hard, and even went up to the pre-national meet last week for Division I for a little extra motivation and inspiration. So she's ready to go, and it'll be fun to see what the women's team as a whole does on Saturday.
All right, that's Austin Selby.